No, we're talking about something very serious.
A very serious subject today. Let's do the black and white filter right here because it's
Rain,
yeah. Because this is dramatic. Okay.
violin music in the background.
We're talking about all 10 of the Saws.
We watched them all.
We've seen them. We've
7
seen all
months
the
ago.
Saws. We did this around Halloween.
Yeah.
All in one setting.
Yeah, all in one
All in
sitting.
one sitting.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this was
And
20 hours. We'll never get
We
back.
we definitely did not spread this out over many weeks.
No, there's no need to really. I mean, you can really Saw such a good franchise. You can
Yeah.
sit there and just watch 1,000 Saw movies all at once. All right, let's get into it. Let's start with the first Saw.
Saw?
Yeah, it's called Saw.
Saw a good movie.
I think it's pretty decent. That's James Wan's
Doesn't
first.
age
which is cool.
as well as it probably could have with some of the set designs, like the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But I do like the setup, like all mostly in one location.
Yeah.
Like 2 actors sort of there.
well, and it's Carrie Ellis is one of the actors.
Yeah.
And then James Wan's roommate is the other one.
Yeah. It was like,
So that's
wasn't
kinda
wasn't this like it started out as a college short film. Then
Yep.
after they're like, oh, we can expand upon it with.
Yeah. Which
Danny
fun fact
Glover.
they called the short film Saw 0.5 now.
Oh,
So
That's-
that's
Didn't
where
know
it fits
that.
into.
we're gonna have to add that to the tier list.
Yeah, there you go. We haven't seen that one because why would you?
We also got Danny Glover.
Yeah, you got Danny
Yeah.
Glover, which is pretty cool.
Always like seeing him.
I'm too old for this.
But you got Tobin Bell playing the titular character, Jigsaw.
Chilla.
Titular. And yeah, it's a pretty good like isolated horror movie.
Yeah.
I would say.
Which it's almost kind of hard to mess those up.
Yeah.
As long
Yeah.
as you got good dialogue, that's really all you really need.
It has that.
You are, in fact, a drug addict.
All right, so where do we rank it, boys?
I think it'd be appropriate to just put it in The Game Has Just Begun.
Yeah.
Okay, that brings us to Saw 2.
It improves upon the first one in every way.
Yeah, I
Every
like
way.
Saw 2 a lot.
That's definitely probably like a fan favorite for many years.
Yeah, and then we got our boy,
Yeah.
Donnie Wahlberg.
God, our boy. Oh,
There-
you
Donald
don't
Glover.
understand. We love Wahlberg in this house.
We-
Watching this series.
This is a Donnie Wahlberg household,
Yes.
okay?
Like for his birthday, they went to Wahlburgers.
Yeah.
And they,
And we blocked out Mark.
Yeah.
We might be the only people on earth that like purposely stood in front of Mark Wahlberg so we could get Donnie in the picture.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Donnie Wahlberg, you're welcome on the podcast.
yeah, anytime.
Anytime.
Mark, not so much. No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, we'll think about you.
We like
Yeah.
all Wahlbergs.
Yeah, we do. Even the other one.
What? No.
But yeah, so Saw 2, you've got Donnie Wahlberg has a kid.
Yeah, like the family element too.
Yeah. So it's
Really
basically
nice.
the T2 of the Saw franchise.
Yeah.
Where they add the family element, but it's still a lot of what makes Saw good. It's still there.
Yeah.
Just up in the stakes, up in the production.
Yeah, more people. I always like when there's more people.
Yeah, like
No, that's not a good idea.
And
group
more
Saw traps
variety.
has always been.
Yeah, group Saw traps are really my thing because I like it when they work together and when like they're supposed to work together and then
Yeah.
they don't. You know, I like that there's a lot of humanity displayed in that.
Yeah, and like inhumanity. Like
Yeah,
that,
even if there's a lot of like cheesy stuff in this one, like most of what the big guy, I forget his name. It's been several moons, but the big guy that like fights everyone else in the
yeah,
group,
like he pushes her in the needle pit.
he picks her up and throws her. He doesn't even push her. He like picks her up off like feet dangling and throws her. Also, we get Amanda.
Oh yeah, I mean,
Our introduction to Amanda.
yeah, she's working with Kramer,
Yeah, she is another Saw.
not the Kramer you think of.
Kramer, cockfighting is illegal. Only in the United States.
So I gotta put this honestly.
I'm gonna say Pete Kramer.
Yeah, I think that one's.
Pete Kramer.
I think that one's up there. Saw 3.
So
This one is interesting. Yeah,
I feel like Saw 3 onwards, they're all mostly set up.
they kind of get a little too smart for their own britches. I feel
Yeah.
like.
And this was like the beginning of like intertwining introduction and ending. So like it's all one
Yeah.
long story.
Yeah, and I think they make the first franchise-wide mistake and they take out Amanda way early.
Yes.
And also, is this where Kramer dies?
This is
Yes.
the one that John dies.
John dies.
I feel like
The
that's
second
also
sin.
another.
Yeah, that's
mistake.
another one. But I think they knew it immediately. Like they did it, and then 4 came out, and they were like, "Oh,
We need
Whoops.
we need. Oh, we killed both of our antagonists. We need one.
yeah, we killed." Yeah. So Saw 3. Where do we rank that?
Eh.
I don't know if I want to put it in there. I like part of it. I feel like it's not the worst.
I'm gonna say probably because like it's definitely not.
Yeah, it's not as good as Saw 1, I'd say.
Yeah, and Saw 1 I thought was just okay. I mean, it started out the franchise, but you know, the basic survival instincts kicked in for me. But Saw 2 really brought in the feelings, some of the emotions, and then Saw 3 is just kind of like, it happened, you know, it did happen.
But we got more of our boy Donnie.
We did,
That's
we
all
did,
that
have more
matters.
Donnie.
which is very important to me. Yeah, Saw 4. Let's talk about that one. That one right there.
So introduction of Hoffman.
Yeah, the one that we get stuck with for 3 full movies.
And I remember, and I've been a big Saw fan for quite a long time. Both of you were relatively new.
This was first time, man.
First time
I've
ever,
never seen a Saw film until we watched all 10 of them.
So, as we were going through them, did you like get a sense that Hoffman was there with a purpose, or like you like him as an antagonist?
In 4, he's probably the most likable.
Yeah.
But
It's like in the beginning, like, wasn't there a scene where like they were investigating, like Peter and Hoffman?
Yeah.
Where they're like, well, maybe the Jigsaw killer did it with a purpose.
maybe.
And then Peter's
then
like, huh?
They spend the next 3 movies building to this purpose, and then there is none.
Yeah.
And I think you've said that before too. Is like you could feel it building this whole time from basically 3 to 7, and then when you get to 7, they're just like, I don't know. So Saw 4.
Saw 4.
I
Probably either or nothing personal.
I'm gonna say nothing personal because it's definitely. What do you think, Lewis?
I'm gonna say nothing personal.
Yeah, Saw 5. Remind me what happens because at this
So-
point everything gets so muddled.
So the Saw 5, at least trap-wise, this is the one with the underground bunker, and the group of characters go through room to room. There's a bomb in
with
each
the,
one,
Yeah,
forcing
yeah.
them to go
Glasses.
through.
He's like, I'm a journalist and I know everything about you guys.
Yeah.
And I'm going to die immediately.
Which I do like that dynamic too.
Yeah.
And and then they get to the end and they figure out that they should have been working together this whole time.
The twist was that all of them could have survived,
Yeah, all of them could have survived with like minor injuries.
which is a little dumb, but it's kind of cool.
It's a little dumb, but that's the kind of stuff I like
Yeah.
in Saw. I just wish that would have been played up a little bit more.
Yeah, like they felt guilty, like, oh, I didn't have to murder that stuck-up glasses guy.
Yeah, because then by the time they get to it, like, and they figure out, oh, we could have all survived.
They're like, well,
Oh well, it's too late. They're dead now.
And also, like, they're also like the last 2 characters have become completely emotional and enveloped in the crime that they did.
Yeah.
Which all of those characters are somewhat involved.
in like a real estate scheme or something.
It was
Yeah.
not. It was a building that got arsoned.
Oh,
It was supposed to be empty, but apparently there was like some people in there.
Yeah.
Who? We don't know. Why? We don't know. Does it ever come back? No.
And it's also not the start, but maybe where they really start trying to push that Jigsaw is doing a good thing. So Hoffman's Jigsaw is doing a good thing by
Yeah.
going after bad people.
because it's nothing personal. He's going after bad people in general.
So where do we rank Saw 5?
I
kind of want to put it in
kind of like it.
I'll say I think it's better than
It's got
4.
a
Yeah.
little bit of
got a little sauce to it.
stylistic
Yeah.
stuff.
So Saw 6.
Oh yeah,
Saw 6.
Saw 6.
I really like Saw 6.
yeah. Is that the one with the insurance?
That's the insurance company.
Nothing personal, but they all spited John Kramer in some way.
Yeah.
But nothing
yeah.
personal.
Yeah, I do like that's the start of the hypocrisy though.
Yes, the one big blemish on this film is now they start making John a bit of a a spiteful person.
Well, and not just like a little spiteful, but like weirdly spiteful.
Weirdly spiteful.
It's
An
like,
inconsistently spiteful, just like how Hoffman is inconsistent.
You bumped into me and made me spill my drink. I'm going to pour battery
didn't say
acid.
sorry. Yeah. And this is the one where the insurance guy has to choose between an older lady with kids.
And just a young single guy.
Yeah,
And
and-
he's like, well, you have no winches. You must die.
And everyone is like, well, no one loves him. And I'm just like, well, hold on. As a single guy, right? As a young single guy, I'm like, wait, there are people that still love him. But yeah, they kill him. Like, yeah, okay, fair enough.
He has no woman in his life. It does not matter.
Doesn't matter. No kids, kill him.
Yeah, no girlfriend, might as well be dead.
Yeah, might as well. Who's gonna notice?
Yeah.
No one.
The traps are, at least the rooms are nice and varied.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the shotgun carousel.
Yeah, that one's
Yeah.
really fun.
Like one of my favorites. Like,
Definitely one of my
Yeah.
He
favorites.
literally gets to pick who lives and dies. Like really
Yeah.
like that. And like another like qualm I have with these movies is like the flashbacks. They will flashback to something that happened
The
10
editing.
seconds ago.
Yeah, you literally, yeah. And so by the time you've watched all 10 movies, you've seen all 10 movies like maybe 40 times.
Yeah.
So where do we put Saw 6?
I kind of like it.
like the game has just begun.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
that's
not quite peak Kramer, but pretty good Kramer.
That's fair. I think it's fine. I think because it's in the Hoffman years,
Yeah,
that's
it's
where
kinda-
it's a little step
Gets
down.
me.
Speaking of dumping battery acid into your eyeballs, Saw 3D. Let me just go ahead and put that right there.
What happened?
3D happened.
It's multiple things.
Yeah. So Saw 3D opens with. I got to point out, our buddy Nathaniel, he didn't watch any other Saw with us. He just watched this one with us.
Is that right? Oh, that's
yeah,
right.
he stayed. He never stays when we watch these craps.
And he decided on the night that we watched the worst one.
Yeah, and it opens pretty strong, I'll say.
Yeah.
The glass box with the
The girlfriend.
yeah,
Like
and I mean that's kind of a fun, cheesy thing, and I really liked it. And I
Yeah.
couldn't wait to see how it played into the story.
yeah, like the first Saw trap in public.
Yeah, exactly. It does not play into the
Has
story.
nothing to do with the rest of the movie.
Right. So yeah, Saw 3D is a special kind of hate reserved for that one.
Like, did they stop using practical? Because like the blood looked pink in this
There's a lot of weird stuff. Like
I
even
think that was probably due to the 3D.
conversion.
probably yeah. Well, and this movie too, I think it suffers from trying to be that 3D thing, and then also is supposed to conclude the Hoffman trilogy and the
Yeah.
whole 7-movie thing.
Wasn't it supposed to conclude Kramer's arc too? Because that's
Yeah.
where his love and or
His
wife
wife.
dies.
Yeah.
Like
I mean, was there?
she gets hit by like a car or something, and her like
There's
spleen
supposed to
flies at the
be.
screen.
Yeah, there's the 3D. There's a lot of like weird digestive tracks like being thrown at the screen in this. And it's that like early 2000s 3D where like someone spits at the camera and they're like, "Oh, it's 3D," but it's like, do you want that to be in 3D?
Do you want someone to spit on your face?
It's like
Don't answer
someone's
that.
actually spitting it. Yeah, that's fair.
If it was supposed to be the final one, it didn't really conclude anything.
No.
'Cause-
Well, that's
They
the
just
thing, too.
revealed Carrie Elwes' character. Hoffman is put back in the original bathroom.
Yeah.
But like that's it. I mean, but there have been so many characters that have been put into that room, and they survived.
Honestly, if I'm getting kidnapped by a Jigsaw character, if they put me in that room, I'm actually glad because it seems to have the highest survival rate so
Yeah.
far. Out of all the traps we've seen, that one they
like-
get out of.
This one like did really bad in the box office, right?
Yes,
did.
this is
Yeah.
the one that killed it for a couple years.
There's some really cool parts, but they just don't do anything.
The
with it.
ideas are cool, but the executions, like even Chester
just
Bennington
bad.
is in this one.
Does he have dialogue or does he just scream in a car?
He just screams.
He has one word, it's the F word. I think he just says F. Yeah, Saw 3D deserves a place right down here. Honestly, we need a different tier that's way down. Where's the trash? We need to
Yeah.
carry that to the trash.
It's all right.
It's okay.
I don't hate it as much as Seven.
They realized some of their mistakes and they said, we need Kramer.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah,
brought
brought Kramer back.
Kramer back.
A
Which-
prequel-ish?
Yeah, and then the twist is that this is the first trap or one of the first traps.
Like the first track.
Yeah, so it's like they brought back a lot of the traps we've already seen, but they're kind of done in a new way. And is this the one with the motorcycle? Can I talk
Yes,
about it
yeah.
now? Okay, so speaking of John Kramer having some retribution issues,
Nothing
You do
personal.
not like this one.
Okay, this one just it obliterates everything we know about Jigsaw's like whole motivation, because literally,
Nothing personal.
yeah, it's nothing personal. But one of the guys sold his nephew a faulty bike, that had bad brakes. So he makes the worst trap in the whole Saw franchise with the weird spiral thing.
Yeah.
That's like a motorcycle, like charging this spiral thing.
Yeah.
It's really stupid, and I really want to ask an engineer how in the world that was supposed to work. But the guy that the bike had bad brakes and he sold the bike to his nephew,
Like,
I don't
that's
know.
a little bit on your nephew.
He probably would have
like-
found out about those faulty brakes before he got on the highway.
Right.
Yeah.
Ethically, like, of course that's wrong and he shouldn't have done that. But does he deserve to be in a Saw trap?
Does he deserve to be brutally murdered?
I mean, because let's be honest, he has trapped murderers and like really bad folks.
Yeah.
In arsonists and stuff like that in his traps. And then he's like, oh, he did a bad car sale.
Yeah. He's a,
It didn't quite make sense.
Yeah, I mean, for me, after 7, it was a nice breath of fresh air.
Oh,
so,
it
like,
is.
I think I liked it more than I should have.
Good color palette,
yeah.
nicer
Gone
editing.
with the green.
Yeah, Gone with Green, the early 2000s, like,
Yeah.
editing is gone, so that's nice. But a lot of, like, when you think about his motivations for doing any of this, it's pretty weak, I feel like.
Yeah.
Even though Hoffman's motivation was literally,
was also
like, yeah.
all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'd put it,
I'd say yeah.
I'd say eh.
Yeah, because
I'd bump
I
it
liked
up
it.
there.
Yeah, I liked it.
Because it was a nice breath of fresh air.
It's on the low end of eh.
Yeah.
Spiral.
Spiral with Chris Rock and Samuel L. Jackson.
Oh my god.
It's a Black History Month movie now.
I wanted Sam Jackson to be the Saw killer so badly. I really did.
Yeah.
I really like this one. Not just because of my skin color, but because of the content together.
I like this one just because of your skin color. No, speaking of breath of fresh air, it's just something different.
Yeah.
It is
After
like,
watching 9 Saw movies,
Yeah,
you
like-
just get anything different.
completely removed from Kramer.
Yeah.
That other guy and Amanda.
Yeah.
It's just a nice, gritty cop movie that's set in the Saw universe.
And it's the first time that the cops actually feel like cops.
Yeah, like they wear gloves.
And they follow, now, it's still not perfect, but they follow a chain of command and like a chain of custody with evidence. And it's like, cops might actually do that in real life.
My big thing is like with Amanda and with Hoffman and all the others, they became John's proteges, so they learned how to build traps. How does this guy know? Where did he get his engineering
He
degree?
majored in police work and minored in saw trap engineering.
Yeah.
It's a brand new course.
Yeah. He was the only one in this.
It's a New Jersey thing.
Yeah, that's
you,
true.
You wouldn't understand.
It's community college. Sam Jackson is in this movie, and God bless his heart.
You want to play games, mother? All right, I'll play.
I was really, really hoping.
Yeah, because they introduce him, then he goes to a suspicious warehouse and disappears for the rest of the movie.
They basically make him a red herring so that you think it's him for at least half the movie.
But that would have been so cool.
That would have been so good that he was a Jigsaw character. Oh,
Yes.
so good. And yeah, I can't wait to see the sequel of that one.
Never come out.
Which is unfortunate because this is like a really solid song.
Yeah, that's the first one that I would say actually bombed. Like 7 didn't make that much money, but it still made more than what they've spent on it. They've marketed a lot, but Spiral I think actually lost some money, so,
That's unfortunate.
which is unfortunate. But I would say honestly, Spiral deserves to be up here with the game has just begun.
Yeah.
I would have enjoyed seeing.
Because it is a
true.
solid movie.
Yeah.
It's like 7, but in the Saw world.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like I feel like you don't even need to watch the Saw movies to
You
watch
don't.
and enjoy it.
In
Because
fact-
I honestly I didn't. This is the first Saw movie I saw.
Really?
Was it?
Yeah, this is the first Saw movie I saw.
So the marketing worked. Is it?
Yeah, it
Chris,
worked.
Chris Rock and Sam
more
Jackson
Chris
worked?
Rock.
Yeah.
That's good to know. That's good to know.
Okay, so studios, you know what to do.
Put Chris Rock and Sam Jackson and everything.
Yeah.
Put him into Spiral 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is just a good movie.
This
Yeah.
is just a fantastic movie. Forget a Saw movie. It's just
A good movie in general. Yeah.
I would say that this movie is the only reason I would suggest people watch all 10. You don't have to watch all 10 for this movie, but it has the Rocky Balboa effect that this is kind of an apology letter for all the badness in Saw.
Yeah.
And
For
it's-
everything after 3.
Yeah, for everything, and it's really got all the best parts of a Saw movie with very little of the bad parts.
Very little. There's still some
Like a tinge.
Sure.
tinge
There's
because
a little bit
no
of
movie is
cheese.
perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
Like every Saw needs a tiny bit of cheddar on it.
Yeah, a little Saw flavored cheese there.
Honestly, they could have just like take the first half where it's just John going through
Like
trying
cancer
to
stuff.
Yeah.
cure his cancer, whatever it is, and just do that.
Yeah,
No
Honestly-
saw traps, no evil people trying to scam him.
I agree. That was
And
the strongest part of the movie right
It's the
there.
strongest
Yeah.
part.
And honestly, it did make me feel bad for Kramer. Like, first time I ever felt for like a killer.
Yeah, they successfully made the main antagonist of a 10-movie franchise the
protagonist.
protagonist.
It took them 10 movies, but yeah.
But they got there, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think they were really smart with how they chose like the worst people that wronged him.
Yeah.
But
So
now
nothing personal.
Nothing personal. But now we understand, like, okay, yeah, these people got to
Yeah,
pay.
they deserve it.
Yeah.
This is not retribution. It's a reawakening.
Yeah, it's a tiny bit personal because they've wronged other people.
Right, but
Like-
it
Yeah.
also makes him the good guy in this.
Yeah.
It's not like, they sold his nephew something faulty.
He's no longer petty. Like this is a legit reason.
Right, this is a real reason.
I would put those people in a saw trap.
But yeah, so with John being the good guy now and Amanda coming back,
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
I think we screamed. I think we
We did.
screamed
Yeah,
like little
because,
girls.
we
They didn't,
applauded.
they didn't show any of the marketing, just Amanda.
yeah,
That was great.
And they bring her in like the second third of the movie, so like it's the perfect time to bring her in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it freshens up the plot.
Yeah.
Gives us something to chew on.
Yeah, and like
And-
seeing them work together without them like him dying on a table like Amanda.
Yeah, and
Get
seeing
me my
that real
prune
like
juice.
that's just Tobin Bell right now.
Yeah.
But seeing the like father-daughter like relationship, like for real, that's
Yeah.
nice to see.
Yeah.
And so it just boosts their relationship. Also, I got to give props, and I think we're starting to see a little bit of a. They didn't digitally de-age her,
Yeah.
or maybe they didn't give her like heavy makeup or prosthetics. It did the same
that's
thing with Obi-Wan and Anakin in the Obi-Wan series. Digitally de-age them. They
Yeah.
just gave him a little bit of makeup and just said,
See, there you go.
"Go, there you go.
Go at it.
Congratulations, keep doing that."
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
and the little Mexican kid Didi, like
Oh, that was
and
such a
He's
nice
in the
and-
bloodboarding thing with him. That was
yeah.
and he almost drowns himself to save the kid. That
Yeah,
was-
some of the best like simplistic traps too
Yeah.
that I really
Yeah.
like. Especially the bloodboarding one is like
like and plus like just him saving that kid just makes that trap special.
It was
Yeah.
a good symbolic thing.
Yeah.
'Cause it was like it was John having his own test.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, in credit scene,
Hoffman.
Hoffman's back.
We
And we clapped.
Which
that
we
the first
weirdly
time?
clapped for.
Yeah, we were the first time we were excited for Hoffman.
The only time I've ever been like, oh, it's Hoffman.
Well, it's
Usually,
probably
like,
because the rest of the movie was doing so good with all its other characters. We were like, are they gonna do right by Hoffman?
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
Saw
and
11.
there's a foundation for a good character.
Yeah.
All the way through the other movies, we just didn't see it. We just didn't get it. But we know he's there. So Saw 11.
Here we go.
This is your time to shine.
The marketing, it obviously worked because it made bukus.
Yeah.
But the marketing of calling it Saw X when it's actually Saw 1.5.
Yeah.
I get that it would not have made money if it was called Saw 1.5. But it's just kind of weird that it's called Saw X.
Yeah.
Because it's not Saw X. It's
It nothing to do with anything after one.
right, pretty much.
We need to have a tier that's above P. Kramer for Saw X.
I agree.
Yeah. It goes.
It goes into God tier.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna put it up in heaven somewhere.
Yeah.
Heaven tier.
It's up in our tabs right now,
Yeah, we're gonna put it.
and we're putting Saw 3D right in the weather app where it
Where's
belongs.
hell?
Yeah.
That's where that goes. But yeah, so there you have it. That's our Saw rankings. Now you know this is the official Saw
Yeah.
rankings. Any other one is wrong.
Objectively wrong.
Objectively, this is true. That's it for today. Bye.
Adios.
See you later.